The Buckeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z. So these are big for the resume.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Give to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it downfield. Grabs it inside the 10. Put the clamps on that ball and strolled into the end zone for a touchdown. Getting set for the extra point now, putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Ohio State's offense will take the field for the first time. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew that they were going to be facing two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
To the ground with the back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 37-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards of pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air on first down. And he had it for a a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical. They stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talk to the defensive coordinator coming into this game. He knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he takes this from inside the 5. This guy is so dangerous. He excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position.
Split them here on this drive.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Dances away. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Get the quarterback off his spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all 3 of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
It'll be 3rd and long. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And here comes the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Now it's going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Dumps it off in the flats. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll keep it on the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play. That brings up a 4th down. And the Buckeyes send out the punt unit. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Punts it out of the air. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
The give to the tailback. Got enough for the 1st. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
He's forced out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage, and the defense will take it as a sack.
12 on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Might be calling a hot route. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for him.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. And the holder will place it down on the left hash, a 47-yard try coming. And the try is no good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4.
And those sting for this team. I tell you what, when you drive the field against a really, really good defense and you have an opportunity to get points, you got to capitalize on them now. And that one will sting a little bit because I thought the offense did a good job moving the ball down the field.
Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Finds his tight end. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Puts it out on the screen. Trucks through the defender. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell it was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running a screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you can just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
We've seen this a couple of times on this drive now, but having a lot of success with the quarterback sneak, and there's something going on up front right now, whether it's just the offensive line getting a better push or he's finding the crease to the right side of the center or to the left side. Whatever he's doing, it's working. The defense has not been able to stop him, and they just ride the center and the QB sneaks.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Looking down the middle. Makes a connection. Makes a grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Parking the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowling up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
3rd down has been right in the wheelhouse for this offense. 2 for 2 on this drive, and try into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll go back to work on offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
The inside handoff. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Facing a third down is short from the 26. Looking to throw for it. Get it out on the screen. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush. Hit him with the screen and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referee's signal for the 2-minute timeout. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Quickly complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Brings up 3rd down.
Remember, they missed a field goal on their last drive, but at the very least, they need to get back in field goal range here on 3rd down. Throws and fires complete. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. From the 30-yard line on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Right on the money. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Makes the grab down the middle. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Looking for a push on 4th down. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
situation, nice execution, and now they got the lead going in their half, and they have all the momentum.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. On the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll give it to him again. There he goes. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. The Buckeyes come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the second time. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Boy, that last drive, they looked like they were throwing against air. Just absolute precision execution in the passing game, and it led them to a touchdown. We'll see what they have this possession. Got the first down and more. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And now on second down for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run all the game.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
That is how it's done on third down. It should be no doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's first and 10 from the 39. Used the play fake. Now to throw. Makes the grab on the left. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Behind the chains now on second and long. to pass. Gets it out fast. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
That's a big key for this offense now. You've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They're in the red zone. First and 10 from the 20. Makes the grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
Yeah, and when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Shotgun snap on third down. He's got him still on his feet. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Firing to the right, complete. And he's got a touchdown. You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and shorten the clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And the Buckeyes in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down and brings up third down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Going right to work up top. Working that left side now. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. Turning it on! Oh, it's a fumble! And this bounces out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback and a turnover.
The defense is obviously trailing by a lot here in the second half. They need something big to happen to get back in this one. Turnovers is the key. They were almost able to get one right there. Nice job knocking it out. The offense very lucky it rolled out of bounds.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This defense is going to have their hands full trying to defend the pass with all of these weapons they've got on the perimeter of the field. That is a great job bringing a dangerous target down right away after he catches the slant. correctly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Quick release on the RPO. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. Catches it at the 30. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Crosses the 30. He's got it late. Lean for the wire. Touchdown. With that last score, things come through here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
There's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
The Buckeyes moving quickly to the line.
And first down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. He'll start this drive firing. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Setting up the screen. Working through the defense. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive, even when you've got the lead late in the game like this. playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. From the gun to give, looking for room.
I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Just feeds the running back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last two plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game, so you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback here.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him run the football, and if he doesn't get it, the clock still ticks. It's still my friend.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles.
He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Down to the 23 for this first and 10. They're going to ride this running back. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Line gets set, first down. They'll run it from the gun. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Fighting off the defender. He's brought down, just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They're going to go to the air on third and short. He's in for the touchdown. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Buckeyes want to crank the tempo.
Well, this running back has struggled to find anywhere to go, and I think one reason why is this linebacker and his speed. He did a great job there identifying where the ball was going to go. He didn't let anybody block him. Made his way to the running back and got him on the ground. Nice job.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Takes it from the gun on third down. Got his man in the middle. Solid work and execution Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
For the offense.
To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. And he dropped it. Just didn't hook the thing all the way in.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Gonna look downfield again. He's taking a deep shot. Finds a spot in the middle. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an L.
He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
First and goal, Ohio State.
From the gun. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense, continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. The Blue Devils will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his spot. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yet defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He lost one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So Duke's offense will go to work for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the thing. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Throws to the wideout. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. So after the huge chunk play, they've got it 1st and goal from the 10. Quick strike complete. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for the score. It goes incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. The quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute those passing plays you're throwing.
Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. From the left hash, this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. And he missed it. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, he had it and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Going the other way and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
What a game-changing defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. They'll run the screen. He breaks a tackle. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. If they don't pick up this third down, let's see if they trust their field goal kicker after the miss on the last drive. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Duke. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. From the gun, running back gets to give. Oh, he's got some space. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Pulls and throws out the RPO. He goes almost past the 5-0 track down at the 32. He might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. First and 10 from the 32. Sets up the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. Snares it with those big hands and strolls into the end zone for the touchdown. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he puts through the extra point. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Here's the handoff. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. And the Blue Devils with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Rushes on him. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. Rides the back on the option to give. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
You're going to stop the run game. You better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Has to get there to move the sticks. They stop and show the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down, you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. complete to the right. Back down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Wide open spaces. Finds the finish line for the touchdown. We're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a man with a shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Smashes through the tackle. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I want...
He covered by the defense, and he's off. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game, because that hit is what caused that fumble.
Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll start this drive going to the air. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll leave it with him. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Now the play fake. Pressure coming. Down he goes. He tried to get out of trouble, and this defense wasn't having it. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. The last time they had it, they weren't secure with the football and put it on the ground, David.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that would cause for you to be a little bit conservative, but keep doing you. Put that behind. It's one mistake, Jesse, move on.
I've always been a fan of getting that guy who fumbled it, the ball back early. You got to let that guy turn the page. They need him to make plays if they're going to win this game.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Powers through the defender. There he goes. Little bit of running room as he picks up 4 and gets it out to the 5.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
And picking up the first down will be nice here, but also important, get some cushion for the punt team. Got it set up on the outside.
Love the coverage, not giving up an inch defensively there. Third down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He gets a block. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. He threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They want to throw. They've got the screen set up. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that space.
Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. RPO complete to open the drive. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Blue Devils can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gets it out quickly. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Give to the running back. Turning it on. Smashes ahead. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And how about the wheels? Makes the big play. And listen, Palmer, when you mess up early in the game, you put the ball on the turf, you want to make it up, that's a great way to do it right there.
Yeah, he's been playing motivated. And this coaching staff, they haven't quit on him. They've kept him a big part of the game plan. He's paying off that confidence.
Right back to the well. Makes a man miss. He now has 79 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
1st and goal, and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. Snap in the shotgun. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
They've been denied on 2 of their 3 previous red zone trips, looking to pay this one off with a touchdown. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Bringing it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Looking downfield on first down. Lofts one high and deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's...
They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Savage. They get it on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. It's first and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Makes the catch. It's Savage. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Short throw to the sideline. It's caught. He's out of bounds, and he's got a first down. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but it might be time to at least know where the button is for you.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet. But if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around, Jesse. And they're doing just that, staying in this game and have a lead.
Yeah, the unranked team, they've been playing with more intensity in this one. And I think if you're a leader right now on the ranked squad, you've got to be talking to your guys and waking everybody up. This coaching staff is going to have to make some halftime adjustments, but they're going to have to give an earful to their guys to come out here in the second half and start making some plays.
And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. Easy call for the refs. They double their lead up to 6 here in the third quarter. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Perfect chance for us to put the first 2 quarters under the microscope.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They start this third quarter 1-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And the Blue Devils now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Right down the middle. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. It'll be third and long. Trying play action. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. The Blue Devils will put it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Offense making its way under the field to start the drive. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Immediately fires to the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Good completion on the outback. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Pass completion, move the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. The run from the shotgun. Makes it past the mark. Big pick up on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Steps away to find some room. Throw toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D-linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
And the Blue Devils come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. The Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. They'll try the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So that they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to throw again. Using the quick game. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football, but especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. I'm sure they hope they don't have to exhaust all 4 downs, but it probably is 4-down territory as they look to take the lead with a touchdown. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Duke.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And that extra point was good, and now they have the lead in the 4th. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. To the air on 1st down. Safe completion on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Hauls it in. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. Putting together a nice drive. Couple of 1st downs in the books. Now 1st and 10 from the 44. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wide receiver going in motion. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44.
From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw around in there. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Fires to the middle. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window, and the intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And this defense doing a really good job with situational football. Both drives. Last drive gave up some yards, 0 points. This drive forcing a 3rd and long. You bring on the pass rushers. You get after them in a predictable situation.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got him downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And a late opportunity to grab the lead here. A touchdown would be huge. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And they're in for a touchdown.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Looking to throw. And the defense on him, and he will go down. Sacked on the 2-point try.
Set to kick this one off.
He'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments.
Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield, it's pass. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, and the deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Blue Devils decide to punt it away. Looks it in at the 40. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And now this offense will take the field again. If you're the defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get the ball back. Oh, he's got some space. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
We've seen this from the sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside first down run in the red zone. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
It's now second and goal.
Yeah, I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, two things you're thinking about here offensively is, one, you want to take as much time off the clock. But two, you really want to score another touchdown to make this a two-possession game. You could almost ice it if you can find a way to get in the end zone here. Just take your time. Don't snap it too quickly.
Looking for the end zone. And he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown. Boy, do they need that score. Give him a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this two-game slide.
And you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
I think at this time you just have to throw caution to the wind. You're down by a lot, deep in your own end late, so you're just going to be throwing it. The defense knows it. They're pinning their ears back. You're going to have to get rid of it early. Someone is going to have to step up and make a play, and that's going to have to happen a couple of different times if you're going to win this game.
Quickly gets everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. Got his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. It's complete to the right. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. Slings it downfield. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time? Breaking on the ball. It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Bringing the heat. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. After this, it'll be a wrap. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. What a game. We had a furious fight all the way to the final ticks, and that one is going to be remembered forever.
And I think when you're the #1 team in the country, you're coming in expecting to win. You're the favorites. Everybody's talking about you. You have all the momentum. You're the loved college football team in all of the land. To come in today, they played a competitive game, Jesse, but that's an inferior opponent they just lost to.
That's true. They've got to be more consistent moving forward as the #1 team. And we saw flashes today of why they were the #1 ranked team.